figured it out.
We play Terraria.
It's good.
Hello, I'm Drew.
Okay,
Tyler!
first game, immediately.
Wait, hold on. And that's Brandon. We've been
Hi.
doing a playthrough on YouTube's and of all the Mario parties, and as we went,
We rank them on a
we're gonna
tier
rate every
list.
single minigame within their game.
And this first minigame, easily. I'm looking
Yes.
at it with my eyes.
Baby Bowser Broadside. We did this
This
once in our
one
playthrough.
was
B
fun.
tier.
Yeah, B tier.
Okay, why? Because Baby Bowser Broadside B tier?
It's B.
A lot of B's?
When I
No,
played
it's
it,
because it's not anything like super exciting, but
It's pretty fun.
It's still,
Just a whack
yeah.
whale on it.
it's above average.
it's
exactly.
well built. It's just not
Well
exciting.
built, interesting. I like how there's two things turning, plus,
Yep.
teammate
This
strats, like, oh, you gotta shoot more this way,
Next
is
is
Tyler's
Rocket
God tier
Raceway.
game.
This one I say A tier.
This one's pretty fun.
It is fun.
This
I
one-
used
fun
to like
try
it less
time
than I do
You gotta
now.
time,
You
try
gotta
to get
have
the carrot.
good. You gotta have good rhythm with your pressing, so you don't overshoot your horse, but so you don't go so slow that you're not actually using your carrots.
Yep.
You gotta be looking
You gotta
ahead for
try-
those carrot
You gotta try
buff
to
and debuff.
time it to get the
Exactly.
buffs. And then, like, when you're
Those
really
make or
close,
break it.
everyone's like freaking out, like, "Oh, I want to cross the line first." And then
That happened
they
today.
do
Got
it,
hype.
then they do a slow mo if it's really close, and
Like
it's
we
just
saw
This
today.
one?
and that's just hilarious
tier.
presentation.
Yeah, all of us will agree with
A
A
tier.
tier. Coconut
This
Pop.
one.
This
Garbage.
one was a bad
D to F.
one. This was a bad 1v3.
It is.
I don't really
The
know
coconuts
how
fall
DK
like-
hit you,
I
but
don't
he
know
got you
either.
somehow.
He got me right on the pixel of my barrel. So if you're on the bottom, you kind of have weird startup and rolling around's not that fun.
Yeah.
I'd say D.
Well, if you're on the top, it takes a while to ground pound. Your teammates get underneath you, and you don't
DK
actually
Drew.
drop the
Move it in,
coconut.
move it
The
in.
coconut falls like it's underwater.
Everything's
Hey,
I'd
slow.
say D.
Also,
I'll give it a D.
you know, in a lot of 1v3s, if one of your teammates wants to throw it for some reason, sometimes you still have a chance. This one, if a teammate wants to throw it, absolute zero chance for the other two.
I don't like
D.
Yeah, it's not that great.
It's a D tier.
Next
is
one.
Chip Shot Challenge.
C, and here's why. It's pretty fun. I like the controls. It's nice and simple, but I dock it a couple points for that music's god awful. It hurts my ears.
Yes, it is.
And your reverse order is a huge boon to you. The person first is setting an example for
Yep.
the rest.
Yep.
So if the first person doesn't chip it
The
in,
later you go, the better. 'Cause
Okay.
You have things
I'm
to
going-
reference off of.
Brandon said C.
C.
I'm
For that
gonna
reason.
say B. The presentation is
Mhm.
good. I agree with Brandon on the music.
Music's awful.
Turn order is determined based on your current standing in the actual full game. So it seems like it's close enough to fair, because it's going to give the last place them in kind of a help. But there's still no guarantee that they're going to win.
Yeah.
I'd say B tier.
I'd say-
I'd put it above the Baby Bowser one.
After it's not random and based on board placement, I will
It
say
is.
B as well. Now, do you think it's better or worse than Baby Bowser
I think it's
Broadside?
better than Baby Bowser Broadside.
What do you think, Brandon? I think it's
Well,
better.
I have
Brandon
it
said
in C.
tier, so you know what
Oh.
he thinks.
I think it's better.
So if you both agree, go
Boulder
ahead.
Ball.
Boulder Ball is really fun.
I didn't ever get to be the guy throwing the boulders,
Yeah,
but
what's
if I
it
remember,
like to
both
be
is
the-
fun.
What is it like to be the boulder thrower, Drew?
It's hard.
Is it
Especially
fun,
when
though?
You two it can be. Sometimes you wish you can throw them more often. When you two are coordinated on each side, it's hard to.
It's really hard
It-
to
it
get.
It
can be
one.
hard.
seems like it's sided
it's
a little
okay.
more towards the three players,
it is,
unless if the three players are not coordinated, the guy on top's probably gonna win.
I have to say,
It's fun enough to I'd put it in between the two B tier games.
I have to say it's an A tier, bottom of A, because I love the threatening aura. You've got three people bum rushing you, ready to mess you up, and
to
you're
get you
tossing
down your
boulders
hill.
to kill them.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh hey!
Get away from me!
It's pretty funny.
You
So
kinda
I
said
would
between-
I said
bottom A.
between the two B tier.
You said
games.
here, Brandon?
Brandon
Bottom
said bottom A.
It would average to B, and I
Yeah, we're at on B for you,
You
buddy.
think better B, Drew, or do you think
think
bottom
Chip
A?
Shot Challenge is more fun. I think it's better than. I think it's worse than both of these. But we'll
I
have
like
to
it.
average out and.
Yeah, if you average it out, it'd probably be right there.
Okay, next one is batter up. What's
Awful.
I mean? It's,
You swing the bat one time, the timing is really god awful.
It's
hard
very
to choo-
slow.
It's hard to choose what you want.
A lot of the time, because of the timing of the swing, you are probably not going to get an item. I think it's probably a D tier.
It feels like baby's
It's
first
too-
baseball.
It's
It
it's
is
too
baby's
unforgiving
first
so
baseball.
for
slow
baby's
and-
first baseball.
It's D.
I would pick D, but
It's
is it
D
better
or
or
F?
worse than Coconut Kong?
I think worse, to me. Yeah, yes.
Okay.
I would put it above because it's by
Where are
yourself.
you
It's
at, Drew?
quick, and you might get an item.
I
out
guess
of
at
it.
least it is quick.
Yeah, it is quick.
There's no
I'll concede
no
to
other
it.
players. No other players are fumbling over each other, so it's a little less
I'll-
annoying in that.
I'll
aspect.
concede. I'll move it up.
Yeah,
That
we'll
is a
put
good
it there.
point.
All right,
It-
picture imperfect. We didn't get to play this in our playthrough,
but we played it off camera.
We played it off camera in the minigame room, and I actually
figure
quite.
It's quick
It's a
and
lot
it's
of fun.
silly.
I think it's
I'd put it
neat.
lowest in B.
I would probably-
Yeah, I would lowest in B or the first C.
I
Yeah.
think it's towards the top of C, probably overall. For
The first C.
Because it's a cute, kind of funny little game,
It's
but
funny
it
to
really
see-
is just
It's funny to
hit
see
a
how you mess
block.
up.
It's literally hit a
block.
block and just try to be accurate. It's pretty much facelift, but not as good.
Dory Dip.
Dory dip. I like
That
the
one's
present.
hard.
I like the presentation,
It's cute.
but it's just literally press A and see
a
if you
lot
get
of the
something
mini
good.
game
Item
mini
minigames.
games are pretty rough.
This one's hard.
This
It's-
one, it'd probably be.
Do you think
It'd probably be the top of C.
Most, if not all, the item mini games in 3 follow the same thing I said in 2. They say it's a mini game, but it doesn't feel like a mini game.
Yeah.
You know,
If you know the
It's
timing,
kinda-
it's a pick your item. If you don't know, it's got cool presentation, but that's all it's really got for it. I'd say
it
top of
doesn't
C.
feel like a game to me.
I'd say
so
top
yeah,
of D. It is better than the baseball one.
Yeah, I'd give it top of D.
The next one I actually quite like a bit. It's
I like
Slapdown.
it.
Okay, slap down. It's a battle mini game. So
It
you're
gets
fighting
you
for your
nervous.
coins. It's a reaction game like the pop gun.
Yeah.
But it's all 4 people.
You just
I
want to
actually,
press it.
I actually think this one's is S or really high
I
A.
might say
I'd
it's
put
S.
it
The
high
suspense.
A. It's
the-
fun.
The suspense is.
I'm always
incredible.
holding the controller. My thumb kind of twitches, but doesn't quite
I would
press the
say,
A button. I'm like,
I would put it in A tier right below the horse race.
I'm
But
gonna
if you
stick
both
with S.
say S, then
I'm gonna
I
stick
will
with
say
S.
I really like.
I'm not
It
going
is
to
pretty
complain
neat.
about it being in S because it's
The
one of the
suspense
best.
is
battles.
amazing.
it is fun.
We
Hey,
didn't get to
another
play
one.
this one.
But we played it off camera.
We made
The
sure we played
coordinate-
all these ones.
Coordination's kind of eh. The game itself is pretty boring.
Yeah, you
just go get the coins in the water.
Yeah.
It's a more boring
C.
version.
Parasol Plummet.
No, it's a
Oh.
more boring version of Mario Party 1's Hammer Drop.
Oh yeah.
Because it's a
Yeah.
hammer bro in the middle tossing coins, and you're trying to
But
get the coins.
That's
But
true.
you can't fall off nothing. There's no like
You
brawling
can't
and
like fight
scrapping.
people really.
Yeah. So because of
It's
that,
like
I'm gonna
C.
put it C tier.
I'd put it worse than Picture Imperfect.
Yeah, I would too.
I'm fine with that.
This one is a
Yeah,
pure
luck
luck.
game.
This one's this is a pure
So
luck
this
game.
one is got presentation and choice very.
What is this one called? Mary Go Chomp.
There you
It does semi
This one's-
something what you said.
It does a little bit of both of what I don't like about Day of the Races and what I do like about the bomb one.
Bowser's Big
It lets you
Blast.
pick one, and it's not. There's always
There's
like everyone can go scot free, but you don't get to pick again. He just respins it.
yeah.
That's what sucks. So someone's guaranteed to die usually on the
There's still
second
this.
spin.
It's got a little bit of the. Well, Drew went first and he picked the color I wanted, so it's got a little bit of that.
That one again.
I don't think it's
Drew
as-
picked green. I want green.
but
Yep.
it's not as bad because there is always one slot that is a freebie. So
it's
there's.
fun. It's fun when you think it's gonna stop on you, but it doesn't.
The
It
thing
goes
is,
the extra.
you always
Yeah.
at least have a choice between two things.
Yep, you do.
That's
You always
that's
do.
the big issue I have with Day at the Races. This one I'd probably put A tier.
I would too. Do you think
Yeah.
it's better than Rockin' Raceway or no?
I wouldn't say so, but I do think it's A.
I'd put it after Rocket Race.
I like Rock and Raceway a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, we'll do that then. I agree.
Okay.
Ice Rink Risk.
Every time we got this, I died the minute the second one spawned.
This
It's
one-
this one's hard.
It pissed
It's
me off the
hard.
first time, but that's just because I got unlucky. I
Yeah.
actually think this is an S tier Dodge the Shells
you think
game.
it's S?
It's really fun.
It's really fun, Brandon.
It's
It's just hard.
It's quite fun, but I think it's more of an A.
Yeah, it's like super high speed. They're all bouncing around. You're like, oh crap, and you jump and you barely survive the jump, or you jump off someone else's head and try to mess them up.
Yeah.
I
And
feel
it's
like
super fast paced. I think it's an S tier.
I-
Not as good as the one you guys put in S tier.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I
either.
think the ice physics is what actually kills it. I feel like if it wasn't ice physics, it'd be S for me.
I think the ice physics make it better.
That's
for
what makes
once.
it harder too.
Because like without the ice physics, I think it'd be a little too easy to dodge the
the shells.
dodge the shells.
Well, Brandon, do you think it's better or worse than Rockin' Raceway?
I'd probably say it's better.
Well,
it's
Drew,
probably
It's-
top of
It's
A right
either
now.
top of A or S.
Drew, did you say you like it in S, or were you thinking about it? I'm saying
He's
bottom
thinking.
of S. Brandon's saying top of A.
I'll put it bottom. I just like how it's
It's
such
so
a difficult
tough.
game, but that's
It
why
is,
it's fun.
it is tough.
Parasol
Oh,
Plummet.
my favorite.
This
Probably my
one-
favorite coin
This one's
game.
fun.
This was actually, I think, the funnest everybody wins game that we've
It
had
probably
so far.
is.
Like of all 3 games
Yeah.
combined, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's got a little bit of bumping your enemy
you
strategy.
fight your
There's a little bit of
teammates.
scuffing,
If
fighting.
you're trying
Yeah.
to stay too close to the top, there's a chance you'll get hammered and
A lot
fall
of-
to the bottom.
strategy
This one I
when
would put
opening, closing umbrella.
Probably near
Physics
the top
nice.
of A.
I'd put it
Yeah.
near the top,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would put
I
it top
have more
A.
fun with it than this. What
Yeah,
you
I
guys
do
think?
too.
Yeah, I would
Top
be
A
fine
for
with
me.
it going above.
Good job,
that.
Parasol Plummet.
Can't
Next
wait.
is Thwomp Pool.
We got this one a lot.
This is
We did.
interestingly
It's
balanced.
kind of boring.
It's balanced pretty well.
It's a
I'm
little
happy
boring,
about
but
that.
it is
But
pretty well balanced.
I think it's boring because if you're by yourself, then just press the button to
Press,
show.
press,
If you're not
press,
by
press.
yourself, then it's like try to
You
cover
only
the
have one
screen
button.
so you only see your button and only press the one button.
it's like a.
I like being on the 3 more because like you get the feeling I better not press it early and screw up my team.
Yeah, the other one's like
more
okay.
more responsibility.
It's like high C. for
I
me.
would put
I'd
it
put a high C.
high C. I was gonna put it bottom of B because it's while it's boring, it's still
It's alright.
it's not the most boring. It's still solid. It's well
Yeah.
balanced.
Would you say right here then? That's fine.
Yeah, you can put it there.
All right.
This
next
one
is
I absolutely hate.
This one,
hand
F.
line and sinker.
F. If
You
you're the
hate it that
fish.
bad, huh?
This
I
is
never
like-
got to
so
play
this
the
one I'm
hand.
gonna
The
say,
fish is F.
You the bomb one in 2 where you threw bombs into
Yeah.
the guy's like little boat thing.
Yeah.
This
Like,
is the
reverse
opposite
it.
of that and
Makes slow as
significantly
hell.
worse of it than it.
I don't know how good the hand gameplay is. I never got to do the hand.
I never
but
got to either.
Okay,
The fish.
the
is
But
hand-
you just you fling it, you flick it.
No, you don't actually flick it. So this one you aim where you want it to with the stick, but you still press A to cast.
Oh right.
So it's easier than the hands in the Mario Party 1
But it's
game.
less unique.
But it's still slow. The fish are still
The
probably.
fish are badly slow. It's like a fever dream.
I'd say this is.
It's F
Oh, yeah, the
for
music.
me.
I would. It's not broken. I would say it's a D tier game.
The fish, using the fish is damn slow. I hate it. F tier for me.
I'd put it here, Brandon. I don't think
You're
it's,
going D.
it's pretty bad, but it's not. I don't know. If it's,
F tier is
It's-
reserved for
it's-
MPIQ.
It's not F tier trash. It's not MPIQ.
I'd say here.
Well,
It's
Tyler also said
I-
D.
I wouldn't put it at the bottom because I think that coconut one's worse. I'd put it there.
Yeah, I can see. You know,
You guys are
start
brave.
griefing each other. These people mess with you, piss you
You
off.
can still grief each other a little bit in D, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not like if you grief your teammates in Coconut Drop, they literally can't do anything about it.
Right.
If you're griefing your teammates in the fish one, there's a chance that only you yourself will get grabbed, then it's just back to normal play.
Yeah.
Next is curtain call. We got this one a bunch.
It's slow.
It's slow.
Its slowness hurts it a lot.
I
think.
find it fun-ish, but
It's okay.
it's no better than
It's just slow memory game.
It's top of C or bottom of B.
Last
at
time we
best.
had a slow memory type game, it was freaking like D tier or C tier.
Yeah.
This
and I think it
one-
belongs-
This
I'd
one's
put
a
it
little
mid-C.
funner because they dance around.
I
but-
put
put
it
bottom.
mid-C.
yeah,
bottom C.
mid C. It can't be much higher than that.
Yeah,
I put it there.
This
Action
one,
sketch.
this
Brandon.
one I think is fun. This one I
can be
think
fun.
It's on the
you need
funner
good
side.
coordination to do it. And
I would
kinda
put
like the
it
walking
right above
physics is
Baby
kinda funny.
Bowser, Ballista side, whatever.
Yeah, I put it above the little Bowser.
Oh,
Ballista
Baby
one.
Bowser broadside.
It's got some
Yeah.
fun little like physics
Like here?
to it.
Yeah.
Premise is
Sometimes-
neat. Draw a
sometimes-
circle with your teammate.
Sometimes the sketch moves around on the paper.
Let me see this one. Cosmic Coaster. We've only done this one once.
All you
So
do
that
is
one's
move
just
left and
dodge.
right.
That one,
Dodge left, right, or center, and and you know
It
you
just
go
goes
really
really
fast.
fast.
It's pretty interesting. See how
this one I would like more if everyone was by themselves. This
I
one,
might too. Yeah, if it was
I
like
don't
an individual
think this
race.
one's a good teamwork one because
Yeah,
it's
I can
like
agree.
I didn't hit the sign and my teammate hit the sign.
Because
Come
Drew was
on.
like, "I want to sabotage."
Yeah,
Here
the
we
one
go.
time we played it, I sabotaged Tyler, so
Well,
it's
like-
a bad example.
Well, here's what I'm saying though: is even if you didn't sabotage it, if I dodged one, but then my
Drew
cart
hits
got
it.
slowed down because you got hit, I would still be upset even if you weren't trying to sabotage it. I just think it's not that good of a.
The only
It's a good single player game. It's a bad 2-player game, and I think it's like top of D, bottom or top of D, or maybe like 1 or 2 up in C.
See,
but-
Yeah, I'd put it before Picture Imperfect.
I would like it more as a single player one too, but I think it's more of a B tier game. I like how fast it goes,
Yeah, it goes
and
really
I really
fast.
like the risk reward for the extra coins because this is one of the few games where you can get if
Extra
you're perfect. If you're perfect, you'll get all the extra coins
Yep.
and not be worse off for wear. But they put them really close to those Bowser signs, so you got to be on it.
Yeah,
And I really like that.
It's a fine game. You know, if
I
you
put
were
it-
single player, it'd probably be like way up here.
If I
Let's
put
say,
it bottom
I-
B,
Brandon says bottom of B. I say top of D. So it sounds like middle of C is where's it going?
Well, the middle
Probably
is right here.
right
so.
there.
ooh, next is
Uh,
F, F,
Next is
F
the beat
tier.
goes on.
Okay, I'm
This
gonna
game-
say this. I think it's fun, but because of absolutely how long the game is, it's an F tier game because it's super long. It's likely to either end because of a draw or because someone was like, I just don't want to do this anymore. I give
Yeah,
up.
Brandon did that.
It's very rare. It happens sometimes, but it's very rare that someone loses because they forgot because it goes so slow.
Yeah.
It can
It's-
happen sometimes,
It can.
but most of the time it's either I don't want to do this or
Yeah, I
people
just-
joke
yeah.
around. It's like B,
Fun
B,
fact,
B,
Brandon,
B,
this is
B.
actually, if it goes all the way, this is the longest minigame
Yeah,
in
you
Mario
said it's
history.
like what 6
It's
minutes?
too
6
long
minutes.
for a Mario Party minigame.
I don't.
I think it's F.
There's
I
a-
think
there's a
it
lot I
should
don't
be
like
the
about
top
it.
of F if anything else ends up in F, but I don't think
Since-
it's worth going any higher than
Since
that.
there's nothing really good I like about this game except one thing, I'll just say the one part I like. I like half of its presentation.
Yeah.
So I like the lily pads and like the tiki torch and
I
all
like
that.
the
I like
music-
how it spins.
I like
and
the
the
music
little-
in between.
The transition music. But after that, the presentation dies because it's just boom, boom,
You're just sitting there waiting
That's
for
it.
your turn, paying
I
attention.
It's three
Ugh.
different
I think it's
three
F.
different pitches of the same sound.
Dreadful.
Doink, doink, doink.
It would be
doink.
so much better if it was
so silly.
like 3 different instrument type sounds or
Next,
something.
next is swing and swing and swipe.
So
is
this
the
one I
item
think
minigame.
is honestly, it's literally
play it.
pick the item.
Yeah, this
It's
is
not
the
a mini
easiest
game in the slightest.
It
It
looks-
should literally be the last one in D. It's not fundamentally boring like F tier,
one.
But it's not
like
a
3
minigame.
seconds long.
Right?
but it's
It
D
doesn't
tier.
feel like a minigame.
Yeah.
This is the only Mario Party game we didn't get to do. This is Foul Play. So
Oh, this one seems familiar. I think
this is a
we-
dual mini game where you chase the chicken.
Okay.
You run around in a 3D area and you try to one person, whoever catches the chicken wins. But if you go too close, if you walk too fast, it'll run away. So it's like you want to
think
go,
I remember
you want to be
this.
the first to get it, but if you go too fast, it runs away. And you're chasing the same chicken, like you'll be interacting with each other.
I think I.
It's hard to
Okay,
rate
give me a
this.
second here.
We
think
didn't.
I've
This is the
played
only
this.
mini game we didn't play.
Todd looked it up so you could see.
Yeah, I'm
kinda.
muting it just so
Make
we
sure
can.
you mute it.
I did.
Sorry guys, we got an ad break about
Just gotta look.
State Farm.
This
Sorry.
one seems familiar. I'm pretty sure I played it in the past.
We're watching
Yeah.
a video right now.
Since we didn't get the opportunity. Yeah, see, I kind of
Okay, what the goal is to grab him?
Yeah, but if you go too fast, it'll run away. But if you go slow, it won't. But you're also racing
But-
to grab it.
Yeah, so it looks like there's almost no incentive to go slow. Like they want you to, but like
Ul-
MPIQ, it's bad execution.
Yeah.
Because
Ultimately,
ultimately, it's just run and mash B until someone gets it.
ultimately, I would.
Because if one person doesn't run, the other's gonna run because
Yeah.
I'm behind him anyway. I'm just gonna lose. I might as well chase it off.
I feel like this would be a high tense, fun one, but I feel like without having played it, it's hard to judge.
It's hard to judge.
I think it looks like a D tier. It looks like it doesn't have the best
Honestly, we should
execution.
either put it at the bottom of F just because we haven't played it, or we should put it in D just because it's like it doesn't look like it's garbage, but we don't have enough experience.
I think it fundamentally looked like MPIQ. We have an idea, but the execution didn't work.
It's
Sneak
not
up on
that-
the chicken.
I
Well,
feel
if
like
Tyler's ahead of me,
I feel like I
about to
would've
grab
had
the chicken,
enough
I would
fun-
run at it and make it run away because I would lose anyway.
So
So
this is where it's flawed. I feel like, based on how it looks, I feel like I'd probably put it in B, but I haven't actually played it, so I can't say.
We'll have to
anything.
just for now put it at a dead center, with lack of experience only watching it.
I would say we should just put it at the back of F with the stipulation that none of
didn't
us
play
played
it,
it
so I
this
guess it just goes
playthrough.
there.
So
All right. Well, we didn't play this one, but we don't actually think it's the worst
We'll-
mini game in the game.
we'll put it-
We'll leave it here.
well, yeah, just leave it down there.
But we're going to a good one, I think.
this
Bounce and
one's pretty
Trounce.
fun.
Bounce
and
and trounce. So I never won this a single time.
I didn't. I think I won it
Don't
once.
say that.
Here's the thing. The premise is way better than Bumper Balls.
better.
I like how it actually finishes. I like how the floors fall apart. It just seems kind of random how far away your opponent gets hit. I'm not sure what determines that, because sometimes you hit them and
Sometimes
they
they go
barely
flying.
move. Sometimes you hit them and they go friggin', oh, I landed on top of Link's sword in melee and I got sent down at that super nasty
Yeah, I'm
angle.
sure there's a reasoning behind it that we should just
And-
didn't get to know. But
But
it has
the
a high
presentation
jump that
and
I'm not
stuff,
sure what it
Bumper
does.
Present-
Ball's done right.
presentation and stuff is still really fun. I'd still put it. I
I
put
put
it.
an A.
I like-
I put it right below the sketching in B.
I would put it right above the sketching and B. Actually, that's where I would put it.
I put it in an A. So I guess
It was fun, but it was all, a couple
average it
times
out,
it's
Well,
like
it's in probably slot 2 and A or B. I mean,
like right here.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Based on
agree.
what
I
it-
think it's better than this one.
All right, here's Drew's top tier game. Right.
Bridges.
So this one,
I used to love this more when I was little.
I
like it?
guess
Me
I love
too.
this game.
It used to be S tier
I
for me,
think
but
I'm gonna
have you
say
replayed
this
it?
one is literally run from point A to point B, back to point A, back to point B, back
Yeah.
to point A,
You
back
have
to point B.
Yeah, but I like how you have to be precise and watch
You
out.
do have
for
to be precise. The
Precision.
cheap seems kind of
he's
arbitrary.
very
He
random.
either get you or you wait and you lose because your friend didn't wait and they made it past.
You can either risk to
This
run
feels like a
past it.
top of C tier for me.
I
For me,
think so
it's-
too. I think
Yeah.
it's better than Thwomp Pool.
Yeah, it's better than
It's-
Thwomp Pool. But
Yeah.
Guys, I don't. I'm not here for a discussion. I think
Guy-
NPIQ is terrible.
NPIQ
I don't
is
even think
F
it
tier
needs
because
much
even if
saying.
you want to play it right, your friends are not going to play it right.
Yeah, but
So regardless, it's not gonna work.
It's
right.
terrible.
It's F tier.
It's
next one is Vine Swing.
Based
I
on
think
how
it's
it
called.
looked, I think that'd be a B tier dueling game,
Fine
but I
with
never
me.
actually tried it.
yeah, it
It's
looks
a
like it
lot
had
of
fun
fun.
physics.
So I was the only one that got to play this, right? It
Yeah.
happened
Yes.
multiple times.
But-
It's a lot of fun.
But we got a good idea of how it
Those
works.
physics look
and
pretty fun.
if only it was
I
a
feel like it
human
worked
versus
well.
human, that'd be a lot more
It
fun.
feels like it would be a top of the B game.
It'd
Top
be a
of the B
little
tier.
more tense if you had another human instead of DK hanging on.
I put it mid B.
I would say I would
Yeah.
probably
Right here.
put it top B.
Yeah, I'm with
What?
Drew on this one exactly where he has
Put it
it.
there.
yeah.
I like it there.
Good.
Spotlight Swim. This game is
F
Oh,
tier
F.
because literally if you're in the water and
You're dead.
your opponent is in three computer characters,
Hey.
you lost.
You have to give them points. It's completely accurate. If you are running away from some search guards in a prison in some water, you're probably not getting away.
At least-
Most likely.
Most
This-
likely to real life.
This
I would
one-
put it above MPIQ just because you guys ruined MPIQ.
I would put this worse because at least if you're gonna mash, anyone can win. This one, these people win.
Yeah, but when we
That's
mash on
true.
MPIQ, it's pretty boring.
It is boring, but it's like not like.
I mean,
this
they're
one-
both-
not
they're
like
both
this one you're having a
boring.
They're
blast
both
with.
boring.
They're both bad.
But
so I
here's the
guess.
thing: if somehow someone does actually kind of try to get away, they're gonna get caught. But at least it's like, oh, I gotta move the light. Whereas that one's A, maybe B, I guess.
It's still like it.
MPIQ is the worst of the worst.
I
I
am
think
with
that one's
Alright,
Tyler.
fine. If you guys the two to majority, I think
Yeah,
it's worse.
we
But
agree.
that's
okay. This next one,
This
I don't
is
know
a-
how I feel about this next one.
This one is
I-
called hide. Oh, just hide and seek. Okay.
I love its presentation, the idea, and all of it, but it feels
If you're playing with
Cheap.
4 humans, the one is guaranteed to lose no matter what.
pretty much,
If you
yeah.
coordinate to split
There's-
up every time.
There's 3 rounds
no,
and there's 4
you're
hiding
not
spots.
guaranteed to lose.
If
There's
you
3
if the
rounds,
3
but there's
people
4 hiding
coor-
spots.
If the 3 people coordinate to split up every single time, that fourth will lose
No.
matter what.
No.
Why not?
There's
He
3
can-
rounds.
There's 3 rounds, so if he gets
So if
really
you get one
lucky,
person each round, you
he
will
could.
win. Here's
But
the thing.
if they coordinate,
Oh yeah, that towards the end he has the 50-50.
it'll be 50-50
Okay.
on the
so
final.
here's
Yeah, I
the
get
thing.
it.
I think it's really good.
Yeah, I think it's
Because
I think it's neat.
while yes,
It's
I can
alright.
coordinate with my teammates, if I say it out loud, you're gonna know
You'll hear
someone
it.
is in one of them. You're going to at least get one person if we coordinate out loud.
if you coordinate the whole way through, in the end it'll be a 50-50.
In the end,
Yeah.
it'll be a 50-50,
Yeah.
which that like
You can leave it to that 50-50, or you can hopefully make it a bigger gap, I guess.
I think it's good enough to be
I think it's
bottom
fine.
of B.
I think it's C, because even though with some of that strategy, it's just you just kind of flick the stick in a direction. Then you're
It's
done.
fun because it's like trying to trick
And if you're the other guy,
trying
you're
to
just
trick the
picking
single
one.
player into like, oh, which one am I gonna hide behind?
I
I say bottom of B, top of C.
I'd put it C right below the bridges. The ice bridge.
That's pretty close between the two. I'd probably put it here.
That just seems like it's right. Okay, we're on Skateboard Scamper,
This
except
next
it's
one
got a
This
new
is
name.
called Cheap Cheap Chase.
This one I think is just worse skateboard.
Take
Scamper.
Skateboard Scamper, but you have obstacles midway that actually damage you. So
Yeah,
if
you're-
you hit them,
You
you're
know,
dead, dead.
If you hit a bomb,
You're
you're
dead,
out.
dead.
It's not like skateboard
If you hit a
Scamper.
thwomp, you can
Skateboard-
jump. And
Skateboard Scamper, you make a mistake, you won't instantly die. And if
You can make it
if you're good at
recovery.
mashing, you can recover. Or if your opponents hit something, you can recover.
this, you
one,
hit something,
hit
you're
a bomb,
done.
you're out.
You're
Yeah.
done. There's
gotta be-
nothing.
Less forgiveness in this one.
Less forgiveness. It's a little rougher.
This one's a little bit rougher to try and play too
Gameplay-wise.
because even when you are dodging things, you still have to keep up the mashing. So if your thumb slips, your opponents
And
are
you-
getting ahead of you.
You have a lot more clearance with your jump. thing you do in your dive. Like, you have to be way more accurate because that
I
dive
got one
is
most of the time
horrid.
for this one.
And the bombs moving slightly randomly kind of
Mhm.
makes things odd too.
Yeah, they kind of, some are closer to you, some are...
Would you make it a pretty average game then?
I would.
I don't think it's terrible. I think it's fine. It's a fine game.
I would put it right
Bottom
before
of
the
C for
thwomp,
me.
the thwomp races.
For me, it's bottom of C.
Tyler puts it mid. I put it mid to 2.
I'm bottom, so just shift it like 1 or 2 down. Unless you guys are
like this?
exact.
That's where I said to put
I
it.
think I'd put it here.
Okay, then.
I think it's
Majority.
better than this crap right here.
Next
next-
one, we
finally,
played this the most.
We-
This
This one
one,
a lot.
I'm gonna say is
It's good.
It's A tier
It is a good
whack-a-mole. It's really
Yeah,
fun.
really fun.
It's good. It's got a little bit of
feels
challenge. Some of those baby Bowsers are whoa, whoa,
Yeah, it
real
feels, it
fast.
feels satisfying to get the quick baby Bowser.
You're like, hey, where you going, prick?
Yep.
Bye-bye.
If we're
And it has
gonna
a nice
put
little
A,
font.
I'm
where would
saying
you
A
say
tier.
A?
I would
Bottom of
say
A for me.
slot 2.
I would say bottom of A.
Bottom of A.
Yeah. It's
Tyler
pretty
says
fun,
here.
but...
Yeah,
I would say here in the middle between you two.
that's where it goes.
Yeah, right there. Next is Eyesore. I
Th-
really
this
like
was fun.
Eyesore.
This one's fun. I think
You-
the controls are a little too tight.
Are they
'cause
too
I-
sensitive?
That's what I like about it. I give that as a plus. A lot of Mario Party games, your character walks, they have startup walk, they're kind of
In these
slippery, kind of
in these
icy.
N64 ones they do.
This
yeah.
one, you have full control. You're Sonic, no acceleration, no end leg. You're just boom going. I love
It's
it.
really fun. When
Get
you hit, I like
speed.
how when you hit the eye, you kind of bounce back a little, and when you hit a pot of food, then you're on fire.
I hate when you hit the eye and bounce through a pot of food. It's like, damn, I got
I like
combo.
how like they put.
Wild.
It's like because they could have easily just said, "Oh, the eye is the only obstacle if someone's just not good at controlling their character." I'm glad they tossed in pot of booze. I think
I'd put it in A.
it's a battle game, so even when the first placement's done, you still have to keep running.
Yep.
I think it's a pretty good battle game, and I'd probably put it at top of B.
Top of B. Okay, I'd put it mid A.
Yeah, I could
Or upper
say
A.
bottom of A for me.
So it's gonna be like what? In the middle, it's like lower A.
I just think the controls are a little too tight, and it makes it too easy for me to crash into the eyeball.
That's what I like. I really like it.
What should we say? Is it better or worse than this game?
It's worse than the Mario. Well, I mean, I
Right
said
there.
B tier, so of course that's what I think.
Next is Winner's Wheel. This one's like
This one's press
impossible.
A, get an item. It's top of D, bottom of C.
Yeah.
C, that's pretty generous. For me, it's
Bottom of D for you?
bottom of D, top of F.
I'd put it like right here.
We
Or
put
maybe
the other
here.
two. We put the other two slot machines in D tier, like bottom D. This is pretty much the same thing. It just has a different presentation. Oh, it's a wheel instead, but
Instead of door.
Yeah, you're pretty right. And when you say it that way, I gotta say more towards bottom of D.
it's still just.
What would
It's
you
spinning.
guys-
Spinning,
of
hit the
all the
stop.
item games, I can't because I see that we have the other item game there. I'd rather just be able to pick my item if I have absolutely zero chance. So I'd put it at the very bottom of D.
Right here.
I agree with Brandon.
Treadmill Grill. I really like
Last
this
time
one.
I played,
one's-
it's fun. I can't. I still to this day have not landed a single punch, but it's fun.
Oh,
that
come
one's
on,
a good
Brandon.
battle game. I think that one's like a top of the B battle
The
game.
AI is aggressive as hell in that.
It is.
Both times they were facing me and they immediately run straight to me, start punching the crap out of me. I'm
I'd
like,
put it-
whoa, whoa!
I'd put it in the dead center of B.
I would put
I'd
it a
say
little
top of
higher.
B.
Yeah,
Top of B. You
I'd
guys
put
say
more towards the
top.
top.
Probably like right before bumper balls.
I think I would put it max. I think it's the funnest one.
Brandon
There.
said max.
Tyler
I'd
said
say a
above
bit
bumper
lower.
balls.
I said max of B.
Both of you say max.
Yeah,
I
Brandon.
say a top.
I said.
Okay, you said mid earlier. That's why we were trying to.
Oh,
figure
sorry.
it out.
Well, I mean that's top of
So
eight.
it has to be
B
either
tier.
here
B
or
tier.
here to average it out. It's whether do you think it's more fun than well you guys do. both
I
say-
think it's more fun than bumper balls.
I think it's more fun than
yeah,
golf.
I would say that. No, I think the golf's better. So we'll put it there.
I'm fine
I
with
think
it.
it's worse.
What's this
What is
next
this
one?
next
I'm
one? I'm
looking at?
trying to see. Oh, it's the Bowser
This
throw.
one is
Oh,
Bowser
Bowser
Toss.
throw.
I didn't get to try it at all.
We didn't
Look
do
fun.
this in the playthrough, but Tyler and I did
This
it.
one's a mash A, and you got to pick a good angle. It's fun, but
It's
it's
fun.
nothing amazing. I'd probably put it. Where's our other mashing ones? Well, we haven't
Did
had any other
kinda-
mashing ones here. I'd probably put it top of C.
Yeah.
It's a fun mashing
It's
one.
an interesting one because
It's
you have
fun.
to use the stick
yeah,
that time.
So it's fun because you don't only press
only-
A. You actually got to aim it too.
We only have one other mash game, and it's the fish.
Next one we did a bunch, guys. It's Toadstool Titan.
This one's presentation is amazing.
It's so neat.
Fighting for
The
the,
music,
mushroom.
going big Mario, you know.
Fighting for the mushroom is
Smash
fun.
your face in.
Yep, this one's great.
This one is an A tier
But its
game.
controls are wild.
I'd put it on the top of A.
Its
Very
semi lack of
Yeah.
control for me brings it to a B for me.
Well, the reason why it has a
I know,
lack
it's
of
like
control is because if you're the big guy and
balancing.
you had perfect control, you would win.
Yeah, I
It'd be
know, but
broken.
it's still.
That's the intention. You can only run one direction.
Yeah.
I think it's a top.
I mean, I can
B.
understand it. It just still to me feels kind of
I would,
not quite A, not quite, but it's towards the top of B.
I would put it at the very top of A.
Because
I'd
then
say
once you
top-
get big, it's just boom, boom, boom.
I'd say top of A as well.
Brandon, where did you say?
Top of B.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to.
I think it's gonna go like one below the mole then.
one below what?
Whack-a-mole, the pipe
All the
one.
way down here.
Yeah, probably right there to balance it out. Maybe
Yeah, but
one.
there's two of us.
Well,
that are
two of
very
us,
nice.
so maybe it'd be slot 2 then.
Probably right there.
Yeah.
Next is picking panic. I think we only got
Goddamn
this one
tree in the
once.
back. Oh, talk about my least favorite presentation ever. That guy's so
He's ugly.
nightmare
But
But it's
fuelish,
actually
creepy.
fun to coordinate the
I
carry
like
grabbing.
Canadian
But it's a great
Donkey
game.
Kong TV show Tree. I
Yeah,
think he's
so do
funny
I.
looking.
I don't like him. He can give me nightmare fuel.
This one-
make me uncomfortable.
We only did it once.
But it was freaking funny when we won and we landed on his lips.
This is
Oh,
a
yeah.
good
Thanks.
coordination one, but it's nothing like that special.
It seems
I think
fun.
I would put it right above Baby Bowser Broadside.
I can
That's
agree with
it.
that. I agree.
Yeah, it's one above Baby Bowser.
All right,
Okay.
so one that
It's fun.
fun on paper but didn't execute very well is Snowball Summit. This one.
F.
This is where I'm.
This has the
I'm
exact
gonna
same
say-
issue as bumper balls, and
Yeah.
we put bumper balls in F. So
Bumper
for me,
balls-
I
Although
can't.
some every once in a while there can be a winner, so I would at least put it at the very top of F.
Yeah,
I would
but
say it's
I
better than all those other.
It's
I-
better than the others because of the presentation.
But I can't, in good conscience,
But
put it a tier higher than bumper balls. I just
Yeah.
can't.
if it said like, oh, the last 2 people can still get coins, it'd go higher. But most of the time, no one's getting.
Ah, ba-ba-dum-ba-dum.
Next is Ridiculous Relay.
This one I think
This
is
one's very
amazingly
interesting.
fun.
This one's great.
Both because I got
got a lot of
I got to
character.
do both.
It's
the
always
top.
been a close race every time.
I've
That's a
got to
ton
do
of
both the
character.
top and the bottom screen, and regardless, it's a lot of
A
fun.
close race.
I think this is a
That's fun.
1v3 that I would put in the S tier.
I've
the
gotten
first 1v3 S tier.
Love
It's
this.
really
I've
fun.
gotten to play both the top, and then I played the middle of the bottom, the one with the really weird
The
up,
spike-
down, up, down,
Yeah,
up, down,
up
up.
A, up down A,
up,
up
down,
B, down
down.
B. Yep.
And I would say
Yeah, it's got those interesting mashes: up A, down A, up B, down B.
those are very interesting. I
think
have to
it's-
say,
I think it's the lowest in S, but I think it's at our
I
first
think that-
1v3 S.
I think the top controls are what's making me say A instead of S.
What, up
The
and
hang
down?
the hang glider's very simple, but it's so hard to dodge things. It's very
Well, here's
slow
the
to
thing.
turn.
They do that on
They
purpose.
don't want you to
I
max to the
know.
front because what I didn't know, I didn't pay attention to the controls. I didn't know I could rush to the front. I was able to dodge every single attack. So what they want you to do is speed up enough to where you think you can dodge things without going so far forward you're going to get hit by everything.
Correct.
For me personally, because
It's more
it
of
makes
a-
me feel underwatery, I would rather have greater control but a slower max speed. I think to balance it for me.
You
For it to
can
be
by
more
holding
fun.
left, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, like if you were to hold all the way right, you wouldn't go as fast as you do in this version, but you get a little more control. Because if I want to go up and down, it's badly slow.
I still think it's high
So
A.
it-
I think it's
it-
high A.
That's what makes me keep it at A tier for me.
I would put it at the highest of A, right there.
I
Tyler
mean,
said
I did
we-
say
Tyler-
S. So
Tyler said S, and me and you said A.
Can we agree to this spot?
I could.
Yeah.
I can go in.
Next is Messy Memory.
This is a fun memory game.
It is.
The
That's
other
interesting.
memory games are like, okay, Koopa Koopa, Boo, Goomba, Boo, Goomba.
Yeah, this is a better memory game.
This one's fun
It's
because
got-
it's like, here's the order, and now we screwed it up. Put it back
And
together.
I like you can just close your own. It's like, Drew, stop looking!
Oh, stop looking. I like the presentation of it. It's like,
Cupcake!
hey, man, these are
Presentation's
everything's on-
Yeah.
cute. He's got all the characters.
This is the best memory game so far. I
It
would
is.
put it top of B. Or
I would put it top
Yep,
of B.
that sounds exact. We all can agree there. No infighting.
because all
this
these.
time.
Oh,
This one's-
memorize the bongos or memorize DK's dancing. Those suck as memory games.
Next is Three Door Monty.
I have pretty good reaction time normally, but something about this one, I have a much harder time reacting as fast as you guys.
It's memory and then reacting. That's what
'Cause
it
they're
is.
like-
The
You
combination
need
of
to-
memory and reacting is fun, but here's the thing. There's only 3 of them.
It's-
They don't do a good job of making it a memory game. The part that's hard is, okay, here's the face. Which button do I gotta press?
Yep.
For that.
Because you
It-
want to be faster than everyone else.
Yep.
And so because of that, what I was thinking was Koopa's a green shell, green, V is green. But then his face pops up and it's yellow, and I drew a blank for a second and pressed A instead.
Oh,
It's
human
a
error.
lot
Yeah.
of working memory.
I like it.
It's
though.
a lot
I like
of
the
working.
combination.
It's not bad. I'm
I
just
like
saying I probably can't put it.
I
I
honestly,
put it below the bouncy ball one.
as a
Right here?
Yeah,
I can
put
agree
it
to that.
as a psychology major, this just feels like a poster child of working memory.
there.
Working memory
true.
is taking that memory and then using
Okay.
it. So you got to take your memory of those and then use it in a different way.
Yeah.
It's just like a poster
It's a
child.
good.
of
It's a
that.
good mini game. It'd be funner.
It's like-
I think if they put a couple more characters, so everyone has to take a little longer to.
I think
figure
we're all
it out.
agreeing to B though, from what I
It's
heard.
like
I said
low
one below
B,
the
though.
bouncy ball.
I can agree to that. Right here.
Okay, we
Right
got,
there?
we
Yeah.
got two consensus. Whoa,
Next is,
it's a wacky wild child!
This one is
Waterworld.
probably the
one's
funnest.
probably
I said
S
the
tier.
spiny one was top of S, but you guys didn't give me that.
I-
This would be my
Give
next
me-
choice for top of S.
This is your favorite
this
game
might
so
be
far.
This
top of
one
S.
is super
Racing's
fun.
just so fun. It's like Drew out of the way, and the wacky
I
physics
like
is
how
fun.
I like how
and
it feels like you're in water, where
It
you're not
feels
just
like
turning
it.
on a dime. You turn
Yeah.
and it's like you're in water.
Really
it
Like,
feels
funny.
like it's very high skill.
What
like
would you say it
barrier.
is, Brandon?
I say it's number
I
one,
say it's
baby.
S. I can agree to number one. I'm
would
alright
say
putting the
number
top.
2. I like the slap down more.
Well, you got
Well,
two in
number
agreement.
ones.
Drew's like, damn it.
Damn it. Alright. Waterworld takes it. Next is
This one's kind of weird.
what the hell is this one called?
This one's fun because
Log Jam.
this
Why
one,
is this one fun?
this one's fun because it's asymmetrical. The person with the logs, it's like it's fun when they
They
press
have
around.
reaction time.
When you're the axeman, it's really fun just following off of them perfectly and
Yep.
keeping it going quick. My
Coordination
gripes
time,
though
yeah.
are if
It's punishing if, you go
if
early.
the axe misses, it's punished too much.
You are
Way
punished very
hard.
strongly.
Because like, oh hey, my partner's doing really good this whole time, and then they do one mispress and you swing the axe because you see the wiggle, and then you're pretty much done.
Yeah, you gotta
I think
play
it-
well.
I think it's a little too unforgiving, so I'd put it in B tier.
I could see
I'd put it
that,
in
I
B.
could see
I
that.
would put it above
I'd put
the
it-
cherry tossing one.
Okay. I'd
I
put
put
it
it
above the boulder ball thing.
And I would have put it above the crayon, so I'm the middle.
Alright. And between the crayons and the bowling thing it is. Next is Baby Bowser Bonkers.
Oh, I watched you
This
play
one
this.
is
we
like
didn't do this
Whack-A-
one on the playthrough, but Tyler and I did it off camera.
This one's like Whack-A-Plant, but because it's a versus each other, it's a lot more fun.
There's no imbalance.
And there's
yeah,
it's
a lot
really
of fun.
fast. It looked like there's a lot of them popping
This
up.
one,
Oh yeah,
this one is
this
an
one's great.
A tier duel. I would put
looks
it.
good. It did look good.
I put it above Toadstool Titan.
I was gonna say the same thing. I'd put it right below the parasol.
Let's
Yeah.
do that. Next one's
Yeah.
I think the next one's great. Another great.
No, I thought one more to the
battle.
left is what you were
Oh
saying.
yeah, whoops. Locked out.
S tier.
Oh,
I think it's
holy
S tier.
moly!
This one's S tier. This one's hectic. Everyone's like, get to the key.
Now I'm
Then you grab
surprised
the key,
this isn't your
And then
favorite.
someone doesn't get to the door, and it's like, bam!
I'm like, I'm not letting you in, Tyler.
And
You're
then
gonna
at
need to
the
juke
end-
me.
It's a huge pop off at the end.
It's really funny.
Wario and Waluigi were
You can do this thing where it's like, well, if you're not gonna give me the key, I'm just not gonna let you get to the door. And
Yeah,
we're both
you can
gonna
block
lose.
boxing and
That was
puppy.
great.
It was rough.
This
I
one,
think
I'm
it's
surprised
S
this
tier.
isn't your number one.
this one actually is my number one.
Ooh.
I'm putting this one
Which
as
one is it for
number
you?
one.
I do like that one more than Waterworld. Yeah, I'd put number 1 as well.
I think a three-way agreement
Wait,
on the best mini game so far.
this actually might be the
That
best
one's
one of all
wild.
the first three Mario.
really,
Parties.
Locked Out was
Because
great.
You
the
were
pop-offs are crazy.
You were so close to that key door. Nope, it's just true.
Oh, you only
Today,
got in the
that was-
You
playthrough
heard the
this
whistle
time.
right before, yeah.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Next is Pop Gun Pickoff. We didn't do
I
this one
watched
on
you
the
guys
playthrough.
play. I also remember how
This
this
one
It's
looks-
controls.
a shooting
It's fun.
gallery that you mash.
It's fun
and
that
it's funny.
you. It's fun that you mash. But
Yeah.
it's still just an alright shooting gallery. I'd put it in B tier.
I'd
Yeah,
put it in B.
I'd put it between
B.
the bouncy balls and the memory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that.
I'm
It's
with
a
it.
good
I'm with
game.
it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
All right, B's getting fat. Next is Aces High.
This
the
one,
Star Fox one.
This one I think is an S tier because it's Star Fox.
It's like Shell Shock
It's a lot of
in the
fun.
air.
You hit, so it's strategy. You hit the wall if you want the iframes.
But you can't
You
shoot.
try to
Yep.
brake to get someone to go in front of you, or you speed up and try to dodge out of the homing missiles, and you have homing missiles and normal missiles. Because the complexity, I think it's S tier. I would probably put it between the ice rink and the hands. in S tier.
4th place.
That's my
What are
thoughts.
you thinking, Drew?
I like the complexity of it and the speed.
This
It
one's-
just feels like a fun dogfight.
This one's complicated
I tend to
for
like-
me.
I agree with Tyler it being an S, but I will put it at the very bottom. I like Ice Rink Risk more.
So yeah. For me, it felt more like a very top of A.
Okay, well, I mean, that's really close.
Because-
That puts it at the bottom of S then. But
The,
what's your
the,
reason?
Okay.
the action and the gameplay was really fun. But it felt like my normal missiles was dog shit. They didn't do anything. It always had to be
I will also say
homing.
this game is also very nice in that some mini games, well, he took damage, but he's still alive, so draw. This one actually is
That
like,
is nice.
Yeah.
oh, this guy still had 2, he had 1, he's the winner then.
I actually think this is one of the few games that would just be better if it was a higher resolution. If they remade it.
Of course.
Because there's
That's not
a lot of depth perception in this one, and you'll be so low poly so far. It's like, where am I aiming?
Yeah,
I've got no
But that's not the
reticle.
game's fault.
I can't really see my small bullets.
I get the feeling
If they
this
remade
one
it,
is-
I would probably bump it up to S.
I
But
get the feeling this one's probably
But
gonna
we
be
all
I have
are
to-
averaging to here.
I have to rate it how it is on the original console,
Yeah.
Because if they just made those normal bullets bigger, it's easier for me to see where they're going.
The next one is Awful Tower. It's a
awful,
platformer.
awful towers.
It's a
very
weird
accurate
platformer, though.
name. The
I don't
jump, so the run speed doesn't work for how small the blocks
weird.
are.
It's really wonky.
The jumping physics are kind of janky.
Hammer Bro's a douche.
The Hammer Bro is a douche that hits you because of the way the blocks move and the speed the Hammer Bro throws at. You're
Yep.
way too likely to just get hit by the hammer all the time.
I don't know if you guys.
I think it's a D tier.
I don't know if you guys felt it, but for me, the blocks felt sort of like ice in the sense when you jumped and you landed, my character after landing would sort of shift
Yes.
one way or another, and I'm like,
That
what the
happened-
hell is up with
No,
this?
I had that happen too. I jumped, my foot touched the block, and it looked like it was gonna land, and
And you
then it
shift the leg
shifted
off?
slightly, and it just made me fall to the block below.
More often than not, it shifted me towards the center, thankfully. But I'd be like, why does he do this? And I'd have to start
Yeah, it's
jumping
not-
with that in mind.
I'd put it at the second to last on C. I think it's better than that paddle one. but
I
that's
think
it.
it's top of D.
that's
I think
I
it's
would
also
rather
top
play
of D.
anything
Alright.
in the C tier than play this game again.
Yeah.
After the first round, I thought, oh, I have this down. No, it sucked.
Next is Pump and Away. This is
I
just
Another
A
pump
and B.
game. Vroom, vroom,
This
vroom.
is literally
reskin of the one from
70
2.
new games. This is literally just the balloon game from 2.
It is.
And I
every
didn't like
system,
that
man.
one. I don't like it here either. The
Oh,
presentations.
A little
So
better.
the
At least they
present
measure
no,
it.
the presentation is fun for the Bowser balloons in 1. It's a little less fun because there's only 2 balloons in 2. And then I think doing these rockets is even less fun than the balloon. Because you see the balloon blowing up, it's like, holy crap, the balloon's about to pop, let's try to go faster, and then...
Did they?
But for this, it's like, you just pump, and then you watch the rockets.
Did you?
And try to beat a
Did the
record.
one in
Feels
number 2
good.
have a record?
No.
I was gonna say that's one thing they add for these rockets. There is a record if you're interested.
Okay.
I think the
I will
record's a
say,
little neat,
If you like
but
the-
one's is the best for sure.
If you like the record system, then it's better than 2. I don't care about the record system. I think it's worse than 2.
I think it's
but
just neat to be like,
I
oh, it's
think
really
it's-
good closer good.
I think it's only worse than 2 because I like the aesthetic less. It's essentially the same exact thing.
Where's it going?
I would
D.
put it in D.
Okay, I agree too.
I
Where
would
in
put
D?
it right
Top.
above the fish.
Wow. Brandon says here. You say here.
Yeah.
What do you
I say
say?
it's here.
I
This
s-
is better than these two.
Yeah.
I see. Those are fast. You get your item, you're done. I don't like the pumping game, and I have to sit through the whole pumping.
So you'd put it here.
Yeah, it's still better than the fish.
Brandon says on the top.
Brandon says.
So
very
shift it probably one left.
Yeah, that'd be
One
the
of those
average.
ones, Yeah.
Me and Drew were the ones that did the next
We
game.
did the next
The clock
one.
one looks fun.
This
It
one
was
was.
pretty
I will
called-
say, if you're the person towards the center, it looks
TikTok
a
hop.
little bit jankier on the timing, but
But the
nonetheless,
timing's always the same.
I think this is
the
just.
timing's the same, but like the visual seems weird.
I think this is just a better version of the hot rope jump. They're both jump rope, but this one has 2 moving parts.
Yep, you can. Yeah.
I would-
things
Instead of
move.
just the rope moving, you've also got
I
the
think it's
platform
fun.
moving.
I didn't try it, but I would agree with it.
It does. It is fun.
It feels the same jump physics wise, so I like it even better.
I
We
put
had
it-
hot rope jumping like what, A last time?
I don't remember.
So I
Depends
put,
what
I
game.
Put, I put this one A.
I'd put this one
Yeah, I-
second highest to B.
I
But
could,
we're in A for you, Brandon.
Based
What
on-
what
right-
games up there do you
right-
think
Based
it's
on
better
what
than?
I
Right below pipe cleaner.
based on what I saw, I
Big
would
Bowser one.
probably put it towards the top of B.
Well, to average it out. Oops.
Whoa. Just
Well,
top
go
of
ahead.
B. Or bottom of A, I don't
Bottom
know.
of A, top of B. Next is.
Oh,
Okay.
I like this one. I've gotten to play
This one
both.
feels like you
positions.
don't have enough. You technically have your own agency if you're standing on the gears, but with how fast they move, it feels like you don't.
You think the guy can spin it too fast?
I think it spins too fast.
As
And
someone-
I think when you're in the group of 3 trying to survive, I think you pretty much have no chance. Here's the thing,
Like,
he's
it's
spinning it
okay.
around, there's 3 people, a bullet bill's going to hit one of them. Once that happens, then you can control the other people better. Once you hit that one, then you have pretty much full control of wherever the last guy is going to be. I think it's too unbalanced and should be C tier.
I think, as someone who's been on both ends multiple times, surprisingly, in this, I think it is a low A tier because when you're trying to kill everyone, it's so hectic. It's just so fun. And when you're trying to survive, again, same reason. It's hectic. You're just like, oh my god, I want to get in. There's like so much going on.
It's really
It gets you
fun.
We're gonna
focused.
have
It
to
gets you
average
in
to
the
a B
game. It gets you very competitive on
We'll
both
have to average
ends.
to a B then.
Oh,
fun.
well, just to give
Presentation's
it a lot,
great,
I'm going to
too.
say it's an F
Love it.
tier.
Oh, okay.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just
okay.
B tier's fine. I just think the
it goes
presentation's
here.
great. I just think it's too unbalanced.
Thinking there, Drew?
I'm thinking here. I think it's better than that other 1v3 next to it.
I think they're pretty.
Interchangeable.
Yeah, but I had it at an A tier.
Yeah,
That's
Tyler's went all the way down
I
to
just get a
C.
little more excited about this one because it's so fast. There's so much going on in a fun way.
We'll have to average here.
Yeah.
If he says, Tyler says here and you say here, then around there. Next is All Fired Up. This one's a lot of fun.
This one,
This
I think,
one's
is
fun.
just a slightly worse version than the ice rink one, and I would put it in A tier.
I put it in A as well.
I would say, yeah, it felt like an A. It's got some good dodging. It's pretty wild, but there's no ice physics.
I like how the
thank
plus
God.
sign will. That's the one
Yeah.
that gets people. It'll just just. Trick
I
you.
like how this one has patterns.
See, I wasn't much of a proponent for the ice one, and what I think actually for me makes this one better than the ice one is the character behind it because the fireballs move in such interesting and cool ways. Like,
I
now
will
it's
say,
X.
okay.
Now it's like a wave
say-
rainbow.
Yeah,
kinda random,
They
it's
do
cool.
the cross and it spins. That's really cool. Then they do
do
that
the
weird jump
circle.
rope thing that undulates.
Yep.
They just kind of bunch up and then kind of go randomly out, and
It's
then they do
neat.
the circle spin.
I think it's better than Ice Rink Risk.
I do too.
I
But you guys
still-
put it in S. I didn't want it
okay,
in S.
I like Ice Rink Risk better because I like how much more fast paced it is.
I don't.
But I think it should be right next to Ice Rink Risk.
I'm
You guys
fine with it.
convinced
For me, it's an
You
S tier.
convinced me above A.
For me, this is the S
It's
one. Ice rink should be
it's
down
an
there.
S tier game.
I think it's better than Ice, so I think it's a
I
two
like
to 1.
Yeah,
vote
2 to
there.
1.
I like it.
Next is Hyper Hydrants.
Now this is the much worse fire styled game.
Okay, I'm gonna say this here. If you're the pump, this game is absolutely one of the worst.
It's
And
boring.
if
You
you're
get-
aiming,
The pump ones for the rockets and the balloons, you get feedback. The pumping one for this, you can be pumping really well and still no water coming out.
It's really bizarre.
absolutely ass. And because the pump half of it is so bad, I want to say D tier, but the hose part's kind of fun, so I have to bump it up to C
okay.
for that.
See, yeah.
the hose is okay. You're mostly just aiming. If you ever hit that A button, it's kind of like, why'd you do it? I guess
I put
I
it
learned
here.
that.
I put lowest of C.
C, yeah, I'd put lowest to C.
I put it. I put
think
it.
this one's better?
I put it above the raft game.
I would too. This is where I put it. Mario's
Ooh,
Puzzle Party.
Puzzle
Tetris.
Party. This one was fun.
This one's fun.
The
except
computer absolutely
don't-
wiped us.
Ignore the computer. The computer cheated, okay?
It wiped
Whatever.
us.
I don't know how the
Oh.
computer did that.
I don't
But what that does prove is that this one is heavily skill based. And if you know
Heavily.
what you're doing, if you're good at Tetris and Dr. Mario and those kind of combo puzzle games,
know. Yeah.
you're gonna just blow everyone else out of the water.
I think it's a lot of fun.
it is a
pretty
ton of
neat.
fun. I'd say it's a B tier. I'd say it's like top of B.
I
give
would
it
say
B.
top of B.
Top of
Taking
B?
the B king. The crown of the B.
Actually, I would put it one below the memory game because that memory game is really fun.
I like this one more than
I like that one more too. So I
Okay,
think
go in there.
consensus.
What is this one called? River Raiders or I don't know.
River something. I think.
Oh, let me look it up. River Raiders. Yeah, River Raiders.
This one, you just go left and right. The
Has a human ever been in the front?
I was once.
One of us was once.
I'm trying to figure out if it's balanced more towards the 1 or the 3.
I was once, and I think I got roughly equal to what you guys got.
Okay,
in
so it
the
seems
end.
like a pretty well balanced.
I think it's this. You go left and right. I think it's kind of boring. The person in the front kind of has some control over the people in the back.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
seems pretty balanced though. But it's a nice. It's a little bland, but it's balanced.
Because of how bland it is, I'd
C.
put it at the bottom of B.
I say C.
I would say above the cherry game is where I would put
I
it.
say top of C.
Actually, seeing all these, I kind of want to bump the Baby Bowser Broadside, whatever it's called, and the
Yeah.
Cherry Tree one down to top of C, because they're really not that great. I would put this game at the bottom of B and then bump those two down to C. That's my
I would maybe
proposal.
move Baby Bowser, but I would leave the tree one B.
Like this down here.
Okay, and then I would put the new game right behind the tree.
Yeah.
Like
I can vibe with that. I'm okay with
Uh,
that. F tier!
Title toss is. It's
If you're
no
in the
good.
boat, it's
It's
garbage. If you're not in the
no
boat,
good.
it's boring.
But in
Because
a
you're
balance
first.
perspective, this is literally just as bad as this. It's the equivalent.
Yes.
Like, I don't always try to take just balance into consideration, but sometimes the balance breaks it, absolutely, and this does.
Yeah.
It's given 30
I would
iframes.
put the spotlights above
Why?
it just because
You
it
don't need that
looks,
much.
Just because it looks cooler.
You need enough iframes to maybe go through one small
Yeah,
wave.
It's terrible.
But you get hit by one small wave, you can go through like 3 or 4 of
The
those
small
things.
waves should be there to help you land the big waves, but because of the way the iframes work,
Doesn't
They're the
do it.
opposite.
no.
They shield you from the
They-
big waves.
They do. Next is Eats a Pizza.
Eat
That's
the
a
pizza.
great game.
That one's a lot of fun. That
It is
one's
fun.
like a top of B kind of game.
It's mashing, but it's a little bit of strategy, trying to make sure you get optimal pizza
Yeah.
eating
Yeah.
I would say
area.
around this. mini
Yeah,
game.
I'd probably put it at slot
Yeah.
3.
Slot 3. I'm game with that. I'm feeling it.
Next is Silly Screws.
I
Only
never
time
got to play it, but I
this
do
one.
Okay, this
remember
one's
it.
fun because this one's mash and then timing of when you let go
When
to
you
try
let
to
go.
make it stop. Because
Yeah.
when you stop, it keeps rolling a little. Because of the timing aspect to it, that's one of the few mashing games I say is also a B tier.
Where would it go, Tyler?
I'd put it right next to the pizza one.
To the left or right?
I'd put it to the left because
You
in
think
the
it's better
pizza,
than Eats a
in the
Pizza?
From what I remember, I used to
I like
like
it a
lot
little
too.
better because in Eats a Pizza you still have to rely on your teammate to do their job, whereas this one it's all you.
Okay, well we're
I used
almost
to really
done,
like
guys.
it.
Next is End of the Line.
In these I would say as a general rule,
Oh, I
in the
watched you play
2v2s,
it.
I like to have asymmetrical jobs and not two people doing the same thing.
Doing the same
Because
thing.
when you have it that way, when one partner is clearly worse,
the weakest
then
link.
it's like we only lost because you weren't going fast enough.
The weakest
when
link
it's-
type deal.
Asymmetrical.
There's always someone to blame if you lose.
Yeah, if it's asymmetrical, you can't really say Brain didn't pump well enough.
Yeah.
What do you think of End of the Line?
I watched you two play it. It looked
Okay.
cute,
That's the
kind
train
of.
one.
With the whoa, we're
This
gonna
was-
die.
It's fun.
This one's a hilarious presentation, and it's slight memorization, slight luck.
Yes.
I think it's a lower B tier game.
I agree. I think.
I could totally.
I would put
agree
it.
with that as well.
I'd put it right below the bouncy balls and right above the shooting gallery, in between
like
those
this.
two. Yeah,
I agree. Next is what is this one called? This is the
that's the archery one.
I don't like this one very much.
bobbing balloons.
It's not the worst item game, but it's
It's hard.
Not
It
my
goes-
favorite.
It goes right above Dory. That's my
Yeah.
opinion.
that I agree.
It's boring.
It
You still
sucks
pick-
trying to get that balloon in the back. It really,
Now here's
really
a good one.
sucks.
Storm Chasers.
I like this
I really
one.
like this game.
I like.
Freaking Tyler always won somehow though. Free and Magic Man.
No, I got second one time.
One time, I've won once. Yeah.
Okay,
I
well.
find it normally I would complain if you can't shift your teammates in a game like this, but the cloud moves so crazy.
so much.
Spastically.
It's totally fine.
I love how spastic the cloud is.
It actually-
everyone's running. Everyone's like, "Oh crap! There's a Monty Mole right
Yep.
there." I think this one's like,
I think it's
A
a
high
very
B.
top of.
I
I think
think-
it's very top of A.
I think the fact
Oh,
that you
top
can't
of
move
A,
people actually works in its favor.
yeah,
Because if someone's been getting a lot of the rain and the cloud moves away, now you're like stuck behind everyone.
Yeah,
You're not just
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
force your way through. Oh, I'm still under the cloud.
that's true.
You know what
because
I mean?
of how sporadic it is,
And
it
since
does
it
work
is-
better that way.
And since it's so sporadic, it definitely feels like everyone
Drew
gets a
says
little bit
top
of
of-
fair share getting it for the most part.
yeah.
You're still
Depending how well you
struggling
control
with
your
people.
character.
Drew says top of A.
I say very top of A.
I say very top of B.
I would say
It's fun and it's hectic, but it's a little kind of.
I like it more than the mushroom one and what I assume is the Koopa King
Okay,
one, but I
here's-
like it less than the umbrella. So I'm gonna put
say
it there.
this. I'm gonna move mine up.
Okay.
Slot
I
three.
think it actually is an A tier game because I think it's better
fun.
than the clock jumper.
It is really fun.
Okay, so here.
It's hectic. Oh, my planet needs water, man.
I want it here. Brandon wants it here, and Tyler wants it here.
Yeah, so it
Should
looks
be
like it's gonna
somewhere
go
around
right
here.
above the horse race or the big mushrooms.
What do you think? What do you guys like? I like Storm
I can
Chasers
concede
more.
to either
I'll
of
do
those.
it there.
Right there. Next is I don't know what this one's called. This is a 2v2.
I feel like we didn't quite exactly get the
This is Slot Sync.
I feel like we didn't get the most hype experience with it because someone always ended up having AI,
Here's
which was
the
perfect.
here's the thing. If
But-
you have good timing, everyone's almost always gonna hit Toad each time. It's not really that exciting.
Yep.
as a player, I've done a couple rounds where I always got Toad.
This is the
Then
epitome.
you're probably gonna tie
So that
if all
argument,
4 people are about the same.
that argument I just had where I don't like it where 2v2s or both people do the same thing. This is the epitome of that. If your partner never matches up with you,
It's all their fault.
nothing goes well. I think this is probably. I like the presentation.
Slow C.
But I think it's like the worst, one of the worst ones.
High
I would
D.
put it towards the bottom. I'd put it just above the raft game because that's also a team game.
Yeah, that sounds
Actually-
very fair.
Yeah, I'd put it right above.
That
The
sounds
raft
fair.
one has too much of like uncoordination.
Right.
I'm not going the right way.
What is this one called?
It's the
This is the luck one of the battle. Stacked deck. This is a pure luck game.
This
This
one
one-
is fun and that I like how it shuffles it up. I like how it has 2 boos that shuffle the order mid game.
Yep,
Those are
that one's
interesting.
fun.
I will say, I think the chain chomp one's a better random one, but I think it belongs up there with the chain chomp game.
Where is the change on? Oh, lower A.
It's the second to last one in A.
Yep. I don't
Oh,
think it's
yeah,
better
that
than
one.
Eyesore. I think
I-
Eyesore is better than it.
I think it's maybe more like top of B.
I'd say it's right before Mario's Puzzle Party.
I don't know. It just doesn't feel like quite like an A tier to me. Well, you know, you tier this is personal, you know.
So you want
So it's just our opinions.
you like type of top B? I like
I think
right
it's- I
next
think
to the
it's
chain
top
chomp
B.
because it's very similar.
Tyler says lower A.
Cause
I'd
it,
say top B.
cause in the end, I hate every character have to run up to the card and do a really slow ground pound.
But it's cool, Brandon.
Kind of slows it just
where
enough
do
to
you
where I'm
want it,
like,
Brandon?
Brandon said top of B, I think. Like
I
you.
said
yeah, I said top of B.
top of B it is.
like what? Very top of B?
Yeah.
Well, usually when you say top of B, that means first place.
Yeah.
We got to play this one off camera.
I can't
I wish we played it during it, but
Oh,
it
it's
is
the
motor
pipe one.
This is.
I remember this one.
I
It's
think
fun.
this one is an S tier dueling game.
I remember it being an S game.
This one's
I
great.
really liked it.
So yeah,
But which one do you think is better or worse than?
I think
in
it goes
between?
right after
I-
Slap Hand.
Right after
Ooh,
Slap
right
Hand
after
for
Slap
third?
Yeah, I think it
I
goes
actually
way
thought
up.
I would just put it after the
Fire.
Aces one, the
Oh, right
spaceship
here?
one.
Oh.
I think it's low. It's still
I
an
like
A
racing
tier,
games,
S
man.
tier, but I think it's a lower S tier.
Racing's fun.
I think I like these two more. I'd put it here as well with Tyler. So we'll probably have
It's
to
the
put
same
it there.
kind of deal in that it's fast paced, hectic, dodge the lightning type stuff.
It's fun.
Yeah,
Swinging with the Sharks.
that one you can almost pick. It should go near that Baby Bowser one where you get to pick. I'd put it right in front of the baseball game.
All the way over here.
Yeah, you pretty much get to pick.
Yeah, if you get your time.
But it's
right.
kind of rough too.
It's a little rougher than.
I think it's easier to time this than this though.
I think
Most
I would
definitely.
put it above Dory, between Dory.
I'm
and
fine with that.
I actually, I'd put it.
I
over
noticed
there,
that
too.
most of these item games are in the D tier because they'll
Item
just
games
literally get your
just-
item real quick and get back to the board.
Yeah, item games kind of feel like more they rip you
And
out than
the last one is
This last
ground
one.
cover.
Ooh, dual
This
one,
one's
right?
interesting because you can risk it going really early,
Which
but
me and
you'll
Tyler
fail.
both did, and we both failed.
Yeah. Or you can just get lucky, and it's just reaction. Who's the
I don't
first
know.
to
The
notice?
way that like the characters are walking around trying to block the image feels a little too random.
Well, that's the thing. They'll eventually uncover as they keep moving.
Yeah.
I really like it. It's a high risk, high reward minigame.
I do like that there's the high risk part because
Yep.
someone can feel like they're going faster, but boy,
I
are they gonna
feel
be
like
eating
it's
it
another
if they mess it
MPIQ thing.
I don't think so.
For
You,
the-
but
I
you don't
think-
want to mash because if you mash, you lose instantly.
Yeah, the incentive is completely
And
opposite.
you
in
don't
this
want to
one.
mash. Like, there's no incentive to do it like an MPIQ.
You want to be the first, but you definitely don't want to be wrong. MPIQ, if I'm wrong, whatever. They'll probably get it wrong again.
See, that's why I say that though, because the MPIQ, it's definitely.
Bless you.
I'm not saying this game is as bad as MPIQ, but I'm just saying you get all tense about, oh, is my opponent going to click it first? Are they going to guess right? And so you almost always click it too early, and you almost always guess wrong because you clicked it too early.
Yeah, and you don't want to guess wrong. 'Cause this is a duel.
I think it's a D tier game.
I think it's a C. I like the speed of it.
I think
In
it's
the
a C as
I
well.
In-
could-
in that
I could
sense. I like the
argue-
risk. And
I
think it's, like,
honestly
right here.
don't like it
Actually,
at
yeah.
all.
Mid B.
I would put it right
That's where I
after
would
the
put it.
fish in D tier.
Well, that's a big jump. Tyler says here. I say here.
Yeah, I don't like
I would have just put it like one to the left.
Over here?
Yeah.
So to even this out, it's going to have to be lower C or very top of B. I mean, it has to be better than this game.
It has to be a C tier game.
It has to be better than this crap.
Yeah, those are.
To me, it's not.
Well,
We'll have to put it at the
there's
bottom of C
two,
then.
but there's me and you both want it higher, so you
We
have to
do.
take into account it skews more towards the top, because there's two high votes.
It'll skew more towards you guys, but you also
it's
gotta
gotta
remember
make it-
how far down I put it. That's the also.
I know,
If
that's why
we
we're not
if we
bringing it all
went
the way
if
over
we
here.
went exactly in the middle between just you and Drew,
No, it should be a little bit more
It-
towards you guys.
I know what I'm saying. If we did, it would be like top of D. So I'm saying we have to at least be in the C tier. I feel like.
It'd probably be like, come on, move over, like here,
Yeah, I
I
feel like
guess
it's
so.
around
lower
there.
C.
I don't like it, but I guess so.
Tyler's like, I hate it.
Tyler
I'm sorry,
hates
two
it.
of us like
So
it.
because of the one game we never played before,
And foul play
Probably.
is, of course, an S tier.
Oh, it's the best
No.
game on the
Oh,
64.
I can't put it back. So I
yeah,
guess,
you should be able to put it back. You just gotta go way low.
Yeah, you did it earlier.
Wait,
Go
too far down. You gotta go between the save and download button and the up a little, no. Right there.
Nope.
Nope, apparently you can't. Put it bottom of F because we never played it. And
All
just
right, sorry, foul
stipulation, we never played it, so don't take that one seriously, but all the rest,
play. All right, well there you
Here's our
go.
tier list.
That's Mario Party 3. Good job.
Woo!
We'll see you everyone when we rate Mario Party
So,
4 mini
question.
Hi.
We're gonna play Mario Party 4, then rate Mario Party
No,
4?
we're going to play Mario Party 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then come back and do them.
Okay, so we're gonna do it the same as this. Okay, so after we play all the GameCube games, you should come watch those.
Yeah.
Then
that'd be
come
nice.
watch our tier list for all the GameCube games.
All right, see ya.
Bye!
See you later, bye-bye!